Welcome to the Breadwinner Energy Podcast. I'm your host, T. Daniels, wife, mama of two girls, multi-business owner, iced coffee connoisseur, and your official bad bitch mentor. Get ready to transform your boring business into a money-making machine by learning how to just be better at being you. No more playing by the rules. It's time to hone in on your gifts, turn up your energy, and make some serious cash. So grab your coffee, your headphones, or just cover your child's ears and let's dive in. Welcome back to another episode of the Breadwinner Energy Podcast. We are back with episode 2 in our series about getting clients on repeat with and without social media, but all the things that you need to clean up in your business in order to get clients consistently to build a sustainable business. In last week's episode, we talked all about the number one thing your business model is missing, which is alignment. And I gave you guys homework, and I would love for you guys to start, as we're going through this series, messaging me on Instagram at @itstaydaniels_LLC. It'll be down in the show notes. But come over there, follow me, and send me a DM and tell me everything as you are listening through. Like, what are your favorite parts? What is missing in your business model? What came up for you during your homework? I really, really like getting to know you. And there's so many of you here that listen to this podcast all the time, and I get DMs and you're like, oh my God, this episode really resonated, or this is why, or someone just said, I think we're spirit animals, and I was cracking up laughing. But come over, say hello, introduce yourself, tell me about the series, and if you would, please leave me a review. If you like the episodes, if you like the podcast, if you're loving the series, if you could leave me a review, or even send this to a friend that you think could need it so we can continue to get this message out there, that would be extremely appreciated. Okay, let's get into episode 2, all about your offers. If your offers are not selling, if you are not getting people in your offers, there could be a reason why. Okay, so today we're going to talk about all things offers, from your offer suite to how to create an offer that's really, really, really clear and simple, to how to create an offer that actually sells on repeat. So if you did last week's homework, we talked about your business model. We talked about like what you want your actual business to look like. What are your goals? Why are they your goals? And for a lot of you, if you have not done this yet, you really, really need to take a look at all the things you wrote down in that episode versus what you currently have. So, for example, like I said last week, if you have a goal of 100K years or 8 to 10K months, and your offer is only $200, then it's going to take 500 clients in that offer in order to get to that 100K, right? So that probably doesn't align with either your money goals or your time, freedom, flexibility, and schedule goals. I guarantee it doesn't align with one, let alone both of those things. So when we're doing that exercise, it's really easy for us to say like, oh, okay, I see where I need to have different offers or different pricing or a different structure. For a lot of you, you're either service providers, you're one-to-one coaching, or you have low-ticket offers. You probably have some kind of membership, VIP, course, something that's lower ticket, under $2,000 offer, I would assume. And you want to scale. You want to go to 6 and multi-six figures, but that is not a scalable model. And for some of you here, maybe you have a course and you have been told it is so passive and you can scale it and make millions of dollars and you never have to work. But you probably got into creating a course and then realized you actually do have to market it. You have to show up every day and market your offer and sell it. And you still need lead gen strategies, and you need to know how to convert those clients. You need to niche down and have a clear process and clean up your messaging. And until all of that is running organically and converting, you can't even put ads behind it. And then once you can, you have to afford ads, and then you have to manage those or have a team manage those. So if you were taught that courses are passive, you were lied to. And I am very sorry that you were lied to. Same with memberships. Same with really any low ticket offer. It still requires you to show up, be a business owner, make decisions, run strategies, have lead gen strategies, and know how to convert, and so on and so forth. I just talked about. So the reason I teach this specific method of a signature coaching program, a signature high ticket offer, is because that is going to dictate the rest of your business. Your signature high ticket offer is going to be, number one, the thing that gets you to 6 figures. I got to 6 figures in 6 months with one high ticket offer. I started selling this offer at $399. I think it's like 7 or 8. And I ended up taking this all the way to a 10K offer. But the first year, I was only like a $4,000 to $5,000 investment, and I still made six figures. But the reason being was because I had that one signature offer. I spent that whole year mastering messaging, who I was talking to, my process, my clients, my coaching. I literally cleaned up my whole business. And then as I did that, it helped me understand like, oh, this is a really good freebie I should have. Oh, this is a really good content piece I should create, because I now have coached a bunch of clients. At that point, I was like 45, I think, in that year. And I've gotten 45 clients to go through my process. So I now know what needs cleaned up. I now know what I'm really good at. I now know what they are asking so that I can create content around it. And this is why I really don't suggest you start with market research. I think it's such a waste of time because you're getting such vague feedback from people who have never worked with you and might not ever invest with you, rather than if you were to create a signature offer, love that offer, go out, market and sell it. You get better at messaging, you get better at marketing, you get better at content, you get better at sales, then you get better coaching. And then once you've coached those people for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, you ask them for feedback. You use that feedback, you clean up your offer, you clean up your process, you clean up your messaging, you clean up your content, you clean up your freebies, right? That is going to get you more money, more time, and more clarity if you were to just create one signature high ticket offer, go out, market and sell it, get really fucking good at it, coach a lot of people and get their feedback because they've actually worked with you. They've gotten coaching from you. They've been through your process. They're going to give you the best advice versus people who just see you online, right? So this is why I don't teach like beta. I don't teach to sell your program for free. Sure, you can coach people for free in the beginning of your business and get your first clients and get feedback from them. Do I suggest doing this as a long-term strategy? No, it keeps you broke. It keeps you spending more time with no money in return. And it still gets you skewed feedback because those people didn't actually pay you. And sometimes they don't even put skin in the game. Like sometimes they don't even show up for the coaching or do anything with it because it literally requires zero thought and zero risk from them because they're not paying you. And if you were to get better at articulating your offers and you were to get better at messaging and you were standing in your authority and building trust versus being relatable and motivational, if you had a lead gen strategy and you knew how to close sales, this would never be an issue. So I say all that to say is that your offers have to be cleaned up and they also have to match your goals. So if you haven't yet, listen to episode 1, go back and do that, and then actually do that homework. Because if you do, it's going to tell you, does the business model you currently have work for the life you want? Does it currently fit the goals you have? Does it currently get you to the amount of money you want to make? And more than likely, the answer is going to be no. Like almost always, when people come through coach school, they quickly realize that what they've built or what they thought would get them to six figures actually won't. And they're doing it the hardest, most complicated, long form way, hoping and praying for money in six figures when you could just put strategies behind it that work. And I know because it was me. It was me for way too long. So the next part of offers is number 1 was, is it scalable? Does it fit your business model? But the next part of this is it clear? Is it simple? Do you have a niche? If you don't want to niche down and you want to be a general coach or a coach that does everything for everyone, or you want to coach very broad areas of business, you're like, I'm going to coach coaches, or I'm going to coach creatives, I'm going to coach entrepreneurs, I'm probably not the coach for you unless you're actually willing to change that, because in Offer Bootcamp, we are going to talk about your niche, more specifically, your micro niche. And the reason I teach this is because every single time a student niches down, their process is clear, the results of their offer is clear. They then go out and get more clients. Their freebies are clear, their content's clear, their messaging is clear. They write it faster than ever. They sell more clients into their offers, and then their clients actually get results. And the reason being is because when you say, I'm coaching entrepreneurs and I'm inviting them to this group coaching program, what are you teaching them? Because entrepreneur is such a broad term. They could be brick and mortar. They could be into fitness. They could be into life coaching. They could be into trauma. They could be a marriage coach. They could have a service-based business. They could be a construction worker. Like entrepreneur is such a broad term. And so your signature process can't actually take all of those different business model types through it and get them a result. And even if you did, you're going to be having coaching calls with so many broad programs that it's going to be very, maybe you're coaching a construction worker one day, but everyone else sitting in this room was like, I run an Etsy shop. Like, this is not helpful for me at all. And those strategies that you're telling him actually don't really work for my business model. And then they're going to feel like this is such a waste of time and energy. Now, are there masterminds where people are from different fields and they come together and that works? Sure, but that's not what you're building because you don't have a mastermind or that level of offer yet, right? So if we're talking about a high ticket signature offer group coaching program, you're going to niche down if you come into my world. You're going to niche down to make your life easier, everything you do easier, your decisions become easier, content is faster, and you become known in your industry or in your area of the internet as the go-to person. Now, on the other side of this is think about yourself, right? Let's say that you're a coach. Let's say that you're a coach. You're a mother, you want to hit 6 figures, you have big goals, you have big dreams, but you really want to be more bold and you want to be more fierce and you want to make a lot of money and you want to make a lot of impact. You're going to hire me, right? Like if you're like, Tay is bold, fierce, she's a mom, she's a coach, she has the results I want, and she teaches exactly what I need, you're going to hire me, right? You're not going to go out and find someone who works with entrepreneurs and is not at all relatable to you. And also it isn't clear that it would work for you. You're like, they're telling you it would work for you, but you're like, yeah, but also this isn't very custom to coaches, right? And I know from being a service provider and being an agency owner and then a course creator and then a coach that the strategies that I put in my business are different. Like, those are very different. The way that I created my business, ran my business, the way that I posted content, the way that I created my offers, all of that was different in each area of business. And so I say that to say is that you're going to get easily overlooked and people are just going to hire someone else that's more micro niched than you, which is why I teach this method. The second part of this is having a clear process and framework. I always have you start with this, is having a clear process and framework and steps, because this is what creates you being a really good coach, knowing exactly what you coach on and knowing what drives results. Then that helps you create, again, freebies and better content, because now you know exactly what the result is and who it's for. And then you also know what it takes to get there. So for instance, if I'm talking to mothers and coaches who want to hit 6 figures, who want to make a lot of impact and have a lot of freedom in their life, I'm going to start with talking about your offers. I'm going to start with talking about having a signature high ticket offer, which is part of my process to get to that result, because I know that's one of the big pieces. And I know this is what holds so many people back. And then inside of that process, if we talk about offers, now I can talk about niching and pricing and how long the offer should be and your signature process. And then we go into like all of these micro topics, and I could create content for days on just offers, niching, pricing, and all the micro subjects that go into offers, right? That could be months worth of content. Then we go to the second part of my signature method, which is like lead gen, right? Then I could do tons of content on that. My content never ends. I never don't know what to say because I'm very clear about who I'm talking to, what I teach, and what results I get for people. And so that is why in Offer Bootcamp, that is the method that I teach, so that you always know how to create an offer and you always know what to say and you always know how to create content really fast and you don't overthink it and your messaging is actually really fucking good. So your homework today, number 1, does your current offers and pricing align with the life and goals you want to live and have? If the answer is no, you need to change something about your offers. If you don't know, go back to episode 1, listen, do the homework, and then come back to this. If your offer is not micro-specific and niched with a signature process and it doesn't have a clear, tangible result or outcome, something in your offer needs to change. If you are feeling wobbly in your offer, you feel like it's not clear enough, you feel like it's not selling, you feel like your messaging and your content around your offer sucks and you're overthinking your freebies and you're like, I don't know, I was told to do a course, but now I feel like I shouldn't do a course, you need to be in Offer Bootcamp. If you're like, yes, this is me, yes, this is me, yes, this is me, you need to join Offer Bootcamp. Enrollment is open. You can literally click the link, pay right now. We have a pay in full or a payment plan, get immediate access no matter what time of day it is into the program, start binging content, getting coaching, introducing yourself, and getting warmed up to our community immediately. And the women in this community are incredible. We have coaches helping women leave their 9 to 5. We have coaches that are for doulas. We have coaches that are for women who are carrying generational trauma. We have women that are coaching stay-at-home mothers. Get in Offer Bootcamp now if this is you, and As always, thank you guys so much for listening, and I will be back next week with episode 3 in this series.